I don't know what's going on, man, but all I know is do-do-do-do-do-do.
I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans.
What's going on, boys and girls? As you can see, I am on the highway again. I am on my way to pick up a new machine. New machine day, I guess you could say. So I imagine you already know what it is because I'm going to put it in the title, so it's not going to be like some big surprise. But Stern Trident, 1979, I believe. Now, here's the thing about Trident. I used to own one. And Ray would come over, and sometimes Julie or Sean or Mark or whoever, and we would play on Trident a lot, especially Ray and I. We would do fun little things like put in a quarter each for whoever got the high score, another side pot, quarter each for whoever got the match, and I think we'd have whoever got 5x, or we'd make miscellaneous different little side goals, right? So it wasn't just whoever won the game, because Ray knows I would win 98% of those, but actually that's not true. I'm just kidding. Part of the reason why Ray especially liked Trident is it's a little more chaotic and random, and it was a bit of an equalizer, so he could win a lot more against me on a game like that than, say, maybe Modern Stern or something. The cool thing about Trident is that it's been a while since I looked at the playfield, because I sold mine to Rob Noel maybe over a year ago now, and he still has it. But there's basically your two main slingshots, and then a little bit above that, there's two more slingshots, effectively. Kickers, slingshots, I mean. So basically 4 slingshots and 2 pop bumpers, I believe. So that ball can just get flying around the playfield like crazy. No left out lane. But there is... you can't trap up very easily on the right flipper because the ball will just travel and then drain down the right. There's a little, opening there. So you got to be very careful trying to trap on the right flipper. So it's almost like there's two out lanes on the right and none on the left. So it's kind of balanced that way. Anyway, long story short, Trident is an awesome game. Probably one of Stern's most underrated game. Top 3 for sure for Stern Electronics games. You got 2 spinners, you got 2 sets of drops, 1 set of drops for your multipliers, your bonus multipliers, the other set of drops to build up your spinner values. You got a spinner on each side, and you can build up those values, and there's a 1,000 light that bounces back and forth between spinners depending on switch hits. So you want to try and load up the spinner and hit the one that is loaded up to the most amount of points. It's a great game, and when I sold mine to Rob, I thought I wouldn't miss it, but I actually did. Out of all the games I've sold, Trident is one that I knew in my head, that is a game I do want back one day, and eventually one will find its way to me. And today is the day. Trident has reared its head again, and I am on my way to go check it out. So I don't really have space for it, and as you know, if you've been watching, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to bust this out, but it's for my collection, for my entertainment, for my enjoyment. Okay, so here's the thing about the 401. If you're not from Ontario, the speed limit is 100. But if you do 100, everybody passes you, because the underwritten rule on the 401 is you actually go 118 to 120. So me not paying attention there, I was going about 100 and everybody was zooming right past me. So back up to about 110. So yeah. I remember we had an American friend, Mike Silvaggi, shout out. Him and his cousin, I think it was, niece, they came to Canada, and one of his questions, he's pinballer by the way, he's an awesome dude and pinballer, played at Pinburg with them, and anyway, one of the first questions when he got to London was like, what's the deal with the 401? Can you explain this thing to me? We were doing 100, you know, but everybody was passing us. Anyway, that's the thing. Okay, so Trident, underrated game, awesome game. I knew one day one would find its way back into the collection. I'm excited about it, just I'm gonna need some space. So, not sure when I'm gonna be able to actually bust it out, but I just knowing that I have it, so I'm gonna thank my secret contact. You know who you are if you're watching. Shout out for the tip off here in the lead. And yeah, so I mean, I was gonna talk a little about the price, but you know what? I'll just keep that a little secret. I'm paying a pretty reasonable amount. I don't know really, like, people say it works, but people's definition of working varies from person to person, right? I expect there to be issues. I did see a photo of the CPU and it's original. The battery's still on it, so you know what I mean? I will always find something, typically a lot of things, especially in a 40-year-old machine. It may plunge and flip, but beyond that is a mystery until I dig right in. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. I got maybe about an hour left on my road trip here, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, well, here we are. Look what's beside Trident, Ghostbusters, but it's not for sale.
No.
Great game though, you guys. Yeah, that's a good game, really fun. Anyway, so let's take a look at the Ghostbuster. I mean, the it's a Freudian slip there. Trident. Okay, cool. So, did you guys enjoy playing Trident? Because I used to have one a while ago, and I actually really enjoyed the game. It's got the double spinner action. Don't try not to get trapped there. It's got drop targets. Oh yeah, not two sets of drop targets. It's got the stand-up targets up there. Yeah. So, do you remember where you got this from, actually?
Got it a while back.
Have you had it long?
For about 5 years.
5 years? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it off of like just some random ad or a dealer or something like that?
No, I got it from a friend's friend.
Oh yeah, okay. Right on. Yeah, just checking out the overall condition. I saw a couple photos. Yeah, back glass looks to be pretty good shape. And yeah, playfield's about what one would expect for it being 40 years old now, you know?
Yeah.
It's got those bumps and bruises, but they all do. And where did you end up getting the Ghostbusters from, Jim?
From this place on here in Hampton, we sell pinball machines.
Oh, is it Danny at DC Amusements? Or yeah, was it him? Yeah, I know him. He's cool.
Forgot his name.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right on. The Pro model.
Mm-hmm. That's a fun game.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well. Right on. Trident by Stern Electronics. Okay, so Ghostbusters is not for sale, but they threw a crazy number at me. So they threw a number at me, and I'm crazy enough to jump on it, and I'm on my way to the bank machine right now. Like, I'm trying to get there as quick as possible. I'm doing 70 and a 50. Well, I was. I'm not now. So that just happened. That Trident, as cool as it is, it's gonna have to wait. Yes, so I need a bank machine. I need thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't even know if they're gonna give me that amount of money. And the guy has a bad back, so I don't even know how I'm gonna get it out of there. I don't know what's going on, man, but all I know is do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, A, the bank was actually open on a Saturday. B, they actually gave me an envelope full of a lot of friggin' money, which I wasn't sure they were gonna do. And C, I gotta get over there and hope they haven't changed their mind. And D, I still don't know how I'm gonna get the machine out. All right, I gotta go. Okay, so I got Trident in the back. That was some crazy shenanigans there. Went to pick up a Trident and left with a Ghostbusters Pro. How does that even happen? That was like, can you imagine when I go down to look in the basement, expecting to see a Trident, and sitting right beside it is a friggin' modern Stern Ghostbusters of all titles? That was a shocker, and I really didn't think they were gonna sell it. But for just a joke, I said, oh, so I was studying Trident a little bit more. I noticed the custom lock bar on it, custom made. So I'm just like kind of done checking it out. Like the CPU's good, battery's on there, but the CPU is clean. And well, actually, I think I filmed that part where we noticed the battery was changed in 1985. And so after that, I was just like, oh, so how much for the Ghostbusters? Just kidding. And he's like, oh, no, unless you want to pay this much money. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that is a lot of money, but what if I'm just crazy enough to do that? Would you even, if logistically speaking, would you take an email money transfer? He's like, nope. It's like, just cash, eh? Okay. So, fortunately, the stars were aligned and the bank was open, cash was received and then given. And, oh, I didn't mention, I was curious how the heck I was going to get it out of there, because they told me to bring help because, you know, I needed it. He had a bad back, but I don't know, maybe with the wad of cash I gave him, it gave him a little extra incentive to help me get it out of there. So he pitched in, we got it out of there. I appreciate your help very much, sir. I know your back isn't probably, he's like a masonry guy, so he's like, you know, probably hunched over a lot. And so yeah, appreciate the efforts. We got it out of there. There's only about maybe 6 steps, so it wasn't that bad. And fortunately I brought one strap, and that was pretty clutch, because then I was able to strap the head to the body, and then once I stood up the machine, strap the head, the body, and the cart all together just for safety going up those steps. And we got it out of there. There it is. That just happened. I have, oh, my fuel gauge is now so low that it doesn't tell me how many kilometers I have left, but it's under 50. So I need to get some gas. Jamie's son is playing in a ball hockey tournament only about 20 minutes from this destination, so it kind of worked out. So I'm gonna go pop in there, say hi to Jamie and her mom, and catch some ball hockey action. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna figure out my plan of attack with Ghostbusters, but that is some shenanigans at its finest there. What an adventure, holy poop.